Get in as quick as possible. Oh, and we're back. Welcome to this episode of Fourth and John.
Shout out to the people that are still sticking with us. We had some issues with the live stream on Facebook.
Yes.
So we're back. You know, life's all about mistakes and the adversity. You know, this Eagles football team is dealing with adversity. So, getting back to the game talk, shout out to Jimmy in the chat. In the stream. As always, for every time Jimmy comes on, we must play. Hopefully that doesn't just ban from Facebook.
Yeah, you might chill.
Every time we do that, the Eagles win.
Go.
Jimmy, how you feeling about this game versus the Giants? Is this a get right game? Is this a get snuck game? Because Eagle fans, they get a little butthurt in the chat sometimes. You feel like you feel confident. I woke up feeling confident.
I try to temper. Oh, sorry, Gail. I try to temper my excitement because this team has played pretty terribly in the first half. But we sit here every week and we break it down into context. What we've been seeing as the issues. You know, you go from the offensive line. You could talk about run protection. You could talk about lack of wide receivers at the beginning. Now, at this point, there's no excuses. We got healthy. We got all the people back that we've been talking about. Well, let's go, baby. So I woke up this morning on fire in my soul. I think this is the get-right game. I know we've been expecting it, but let's go. Let's punch these Giants right in the mouth. We got a good D, got a good quarterback. Let's go, baby. I mean,
this is the energy we needed.
Dude, I woke up and I'm like, all right, I had wings, meatballs, all kinds of food going on. And as I'm making, I'm just like, let's go. It's too early to do this. So, yes, I think this is a get-right game.
What are your guys' thoughts on all these consecutive division games in a row? Do you like having these consecutive 3 division games in a row and getting in that whole division groove, or do you like having them more spaced out throughout the year?
I think we need it this year.
I like just going. I just like just get it over with. Like whack them all. Like whack these moles and get them out of here. And you know, this is where you take control of the NFC East. Obviously, the NFC least to some people. People feel a certain way about beating bad teams, but it is what it is. You got to play who you play. I don't think you have to play down to your opponents, but I feel like
we do.
Yeah.
You play a Ravens team, you play a Steelers team, and you look
fantastic,
like a good football team, yeah.
And then you come up and lay an egg versus Dallas. Ben DiNucci. Who's Ben DiNucci?
It's a Ben DiNucci.
Like the Bobo pasta that you buy at Aldi's and shit. Like
it's off-brand ragu.
Exactly.
Jordan says I see a winning streak going. Jordan, how are we feeling about that?
I'm the same way. I think that this is the time, you know, if you're ever gonna get a streak going, you know, we had the bye at the absolute perfect time this year. I think that it was absolutely brutal what we were going through with the injuries, but obviously you come out and you're still in first place in the NFC East. Again, NFC least to some, but you're coming out of that healthy. Obviously, I think I saw that Isaac's not playing today, so I mean that's understandable. But you know, you're getting healthy at the right time, and Isaac's kind of that last piece that you have to worry about getting right. And then, you know, let's go on this run. So you're looking today. Obviously, we're in New York, and then you go to a Browns team that's 24th in overall defense. You host the Seahawks at home, who's literally dead last in the league by 450 yards and passing yards. Obviously, you have to worry about their offensive weapons, but Tyler Lockett's a little banged up. Chris Carson's been out for 2 straight games. Carlos Hyde's out for 2 games. And then you go into Lambeau, and much like 2018, you kind of look at it and you're like, well, it looks bad, but it is winnable. Obviously, we saw that. And then you finish the year Saints, Cardinals, Cowboys football team. And honestly, this is a fair schedule. It is setting up kind of positive for us. You know, Arizona's defense is playing bad. And obviously, I look at it and I see the one tough game being the Saints and the Packers. One of those two. You go into Lambeau. Obviously, we took them out in Lambeau last time. But I think those are probably the two games that I'm most worried about. Other than that, I don't really sweat the rest of our schedule.
Really? You're not sweating the DK Metcalf game? And all of the I just know he's gonna pop off. I know he's popping off that game.
So you don't believe in 24 then?
I believe in 24, man. I just also know that not only do we have the habit of missing on draft picks, we have the habit on getting beaten up by the draft picks that we missed on. So
I feel like Slay's going to follow him that game. I feel like that's going to be a trap. I think that's going to be a travel game for Slay.
Yeah.
And Lockett, you look at Lockett, and he's more the speed guy. He's not the finesse receiver, that he was at the beginning of the season because of that, low ankle injury. So I don't know. Russell Wilson's obviously Russell Wilson, but without their running game, Russell Wilson looks very human over the last few weeks.
Yeah. He's still arguably the best in the league, though, man.
Yeah, absolutely. He's probably right now the second best quarterback in the league.
Yeah.
I think to your question, though, that if we need to go on a run here, I think it's, we want to go on a run. We definitely do. But I think this team needs to go on a run. You talk about the Giants and the Browns, but you mentioned those four teams after that. You got the Saints, Seahawks, the Packers, and the Cardinals. It was just mentioned right there by Soko. They don't have the greatest of defenses. So if our offense can get healthy, start stepping up, we can go toe-to-toe with these teams. But we need to start it today, and then you can definitely beat the Browns. Get those must-win games, and then get this roll started. I mean, you need to do that. And if you can come out with at least 2 out of 4 of those tough games right in there, the Seahawks, Saints, Packers, Cardinals, I think you have a very great chance of winning the division. And we all know as long as you're winning your division, you're in the playoffs, baby, 0-0. So they need to find that energy this morning and play all damn 4 quarters for once.
Shout out to Paul in the chat. He says, Gail, are we honoring any veterans today? Potentially. I'm wearing a poppy on my Eagles hat and the jersey as respect to all the soldiers that made the ultimate sacrifice. Shout out to Soko over here. Obviously.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Much appreciated, fellas. I think Paul was more talking about, are the Eagles going to honor anybody on the field today?
Well, you know who I'm going to honor today? I want to shout out my pops.
Hey.
Nice. Mr. Jesse Saunders fought in the Korean War.
Very nice.
Just two of his favorite photos that he likes to brag about.
He looks slick, man.
It looks as though there will be 3 military members honored in the Salute to Service initiative.
What was that? The 3 are going to be honored?
Yes, 3 will be honored today at the game.
Very nice.
That's what's up.
It is going to be Marine Corps Sergeant Major Ron Green, Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Rico Roman, and U.S. Army veteran and 2-time Paralympian Lieutenant Brad Snyder.
Wow.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. Thank you.
Look at Tim. Got family members up in the chat.
My cousin Jordan, South Jersey. What's up?
And if y'all don't know Jordan is a tailgate veteran. He's always showing up to tailgates, getting litty, having a good time. Shout out to Joey. Thank you for your service, Pops. George from the West Coast coming in. Another guy. You see, West Coast is waking up now. West Coast is, waking up, right?
Not before me. I was up.
Oh, right. We got you, Tim, on the West Coast. Puga from the Raptors. He says, "Do we finally see a Slay interception?"
Yeah, Danny Jones is the type of guy to get it against, man.
Yeah.
He's the type of quarterback that makes mistakes. He can get shook. He'll just toss the ball up there. So I think that, there's a high possibility. And we talked about, I said how, Darius Slay being their number 1 wide receiver option. Like, I think Darius Slay can be a wide receiver 2 on a team, but he's just not a wide receiver 1. They don't have any really good wide receiver options, in my opinion. So I think the pairing between Danny Jones just, coughing the ball up and poor options could lead to some interceptions today for sure.
Yeah.
Is there one person we're really looking at that on the Giants that maybe puts up some numbers on film?
Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram.
Watch out.
I mean, I don't know if you guys seen it, but Golden Tate, he has a knee injury, so we don't know for certain that he's going to be out there today. But I honestly see the defensive line eating today, and
shout out, little Nick.
I think it was really dope. This past season, this past year, well, so far, these 9-10 games have, and hopefully, I don't want to jinx myself, but I don't want to jinx us. But I hope we don't. We haven't seen this defense get beaten over the top yet, as much as we did past year. So that's been that's the positive, though. You know what I'm saying? We just haven't seen it. You know what I mean?
I like the confidence. I feel like we aren't getting beat over the top.
But not going to get what?
We're not getting beat over the top. Speaking of this, I feel like Darius Slay, man. Like anytime he's on the field, he gives you a chance to win. Like I'm not gonna. It might sound weird, but he's the cornerback I've been dreaming about.
Yeah,
you're right. It totally did sound weird.
Can we get like a look on this one?
I got it. 11 minutes in. The second
This is me looking at my own self. But obviously, we've seen cornerback play that has been suspect over the years, and having a guy like Darius Slay who can shut down a Slayton, he can shut down Amari Cooper, he can shut down. He's
DK Metcalf.
DK Metcalf. I mean, some players have gotten him on a couple of plays, Claypool, but that happens. You're going to get got in the NFL, but just to see his footwork, and his ability to recover, his ability to lead on the football team. There's been moments where we thought we lost him for the season because he's gotten hurt like 2 games, and you're like, bruh.
Because he has that Mamba mentality. Sure
does.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he's Kobe Bryant ready. You know what I mean? Like,
he got that number on. He has to.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like what was when Kobe broke his thumb or his pinkies or something like that? That's a Mamba mentality. I'm going to play regardless.
I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone.
I like the one thing about Slay is he doesn't have to listen to Jim Schwartz. Like he'll go up to the line and jam somebody. Like he's not going to be that guy that's playing 7-8 yards off. He's like, I'm better than that. I'm going to go play this dude one-on-one on the line, and we'll see who wins. And to this point, he's won quite a bit. I mean, he's only somebody's saying like he's allowing like a 71% completion rate. You know how many times he's being targeted a game? 4. He's allowing 3 catches for 27 yards on average a game. That's a lockdown.
That's a lockdown, man.
Using their numbers.
That is the cornerback that Gail has been dreaming of.
Make it weird.
Yes, Jarvon. Yes, I do.
So weird.
Jarvon, we had a fantasy question. He says, y'all like Rieger for fantasy today?
Yes, I think this is Rager's get right game. Last week we saw him 2 weeks ago, get reintegrated into the offense and still had a touchdown. 3 catches, 18 yards, and a touchdown to be exact. But I think with the presence of Fulgham back, with Alshon Jeffrey back, and Greg Ward, I think that the options are there for Carson Wentz. Yes, Goddard over the middle, but I think that Rager is the guy that we finally see explode today.
Yeah, right.
I'm actually starting him in like 4 leagues plus in DFS. So
wow.
Well, Fulgham's going to be covered by Bradbury, I think. So that's going to leave Isaac Yiadom or Idom, whatever. And I think Jalen Rager's just going to bust his ass. I think you're finally going to see some deep plays. And with having Dallas Goedert to take up the middle, with having Richard Rodgers there, we could still run some 12. I think it's going to be a lot of 11 personnel. But with that 11 personnel is a running back behind Carson Wentz named Miles Sanders. So that's going to open up everything. So, yes, play them all, baby. I think they're all going to have – I have Goddard going. I have Rager, Fulgham, Carson, Miles. Let's go, baby.
I might get some prop bets in today. You guys have really convinced me to go Rager's way.
Yep. Touchdown anytime for Rager's plus 1,100 right now.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's astronomical.
Might have to jump.
I like that.
I live in Arizona, so I can't.
You guys behind the 8 ball. Take forever to count your votes. You take forever to get sports betting.
A live stream game, guys. If you have a stream from Mike, look him up. We don't do that over here. But yeah. George has a question. How much will Miles Sanders play today? I think he should be. I think he should be at full clip. I think I think they're gonna maybe they limit him. If Doug's gonna be Doug.
Yeah, that's it. What will Doug do?
I mean, he was limiting him before he was injured.
And then number two,
exactly.
We have the little giant killer behind him, Boston Scott. He's a giant killer, so I think this is what I predict. I believe Boston Scott's going to have a little bit of significant role over Miles, and they're going to use Miles as carefully as possible to manage him throughout the season.
Do you think we get an equal amount of touches out of them today, then?
No.
I think Boston's going to have more majority of the touches. And then they're going to be using Miles' screen passes. Please, Doug.
Please, God.
Can you call some, please?
Thank you.
And then using regular out of the backfield too, because dude,
that orbit screen is nice.
So many weapons on this team now. Like for instance, this is the first time we're going to see our young Bulls all on the same field. We've been waiting for
halfway through the year. Yeah.
Just need Sayamalo on the line, and you're right.
We've been waiting. We've been waiting for. Well, Travis Fulgham, he's been a big surprise. I think I already said a hot take on that. I'm not gonna say it again. And then number two, number three, Miles Sanders, bro. These are those pieces of the future of the Philadelphia Eagles, 2022, 2023. Like, that's it, man. That's what we need. And then Carson, he just needs to have a sense of urgency not to give up the damn ball. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Now, while I have someone on the chat on this video, I mean, can we talk about this man over here, Alshon Jeffrey?
Welcome back. Let me say welcome back.
Welcome back.
He's still my man's, y'all.
Well, Tim heard rumors about Alshon not ever suiting up in a jersey before, and I believe that the Eagles did try to trade him, and that I believe that didn't work out. But if this is the first time we get to see Alshon, this is, for me, I'm a little excited because I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought he was going to get traded.
Where is he on this depth chart now, though? Now, we've had the emergence of Fulgham. We've had, so, like, I expect to see Alshon out there for a couple packages, but I think it's going to be very limited.
Imagine him, Fulgham, and Goddard in the red zone, dude.
Yeah.
I think he took over for J-Jaw's position, honestly. I don't think he's going to see an astronomical amount of plays, but I think that you'll see a little bit of him, and I think that they're going to use him as the move-around guy. I think that their outside receivers are set at this point. I think they want to see what they have with Reagor and Fulgham.
And I think that if you were to ask any Eagles fan out there, if you were to tell that, like, even if they, were a big-time Alshon Jeffrey hater last year with all the stories that came out and all that, if you tell them, hey, we're going to stick Alshon in J-Jaw's place, they'll take that any day of the week. They'll take Alshon over J-Jaw any day of the week because, he's obviously a much better player, man.
Yeah, he is. And did you see him at practice? That little clip?
Mm-hmm.
Skinny as
looking slender, man.
He looks good.
Alshon looked like a Kenyan long distance runner. I was like, bro, like you lost about maybe 30, about 20 pounds.
What I've heard. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, brother.
What I've heard that he went vegan, and he's trying to get his speed up as an aging receiver. I think was he 30. I mean, he realizes his career is hanging by nearby a thread, so he has to do something a little bit different. He can't be the Alshon Jeffrey that's I'm just gonna go up and catch alley oops. It's what I mean. Sometimes it happens, but it doesn't fit Carson's game plan. You know what I mean? It just doesn't fit. Now, Nick Foles, that fit, and we all can't front. Alshon was amazing in the first half of that Super Bowl. Catch that turnaround catch that was crazy.
On a torn labrum with that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? On a torn labrum. So and then that's another thing. I think he just realizes you know, he doesn't think he wants. I don't think he knows like how critical he is to what the Eagles what they were doing. But then our contract situation is just screwed up. So
the way that my contract is set up.
Right. Kevin Hart, you know what I'm saying? We're going to buy a boat. Check this out. I can't do that.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's the one thing that is probably weighing on everybody's minds is just the fact that, he's probably going to be a wide receiver 4 on this depth chart right now with the amount of money that he's making above all the players that are above him on that depth chart now.
I think they'll work his way in, but I think he's still got that ability to be a dog. But shout out to Britt. If you guys follow her on Twitter, I put this tweet. It was a tweet I put out during the Super Bowl run. It was Alshon 317. For Alshon so loved the Eagles that he gave up his own. What is that? Targets to draw attention from defenses that Zach Ertz, Nelson Aguilar, and Torrey Smith could eat.
You can read that?
You can read that?
So she said, Britt says, if we win Super Bowl this year, I'll get an Alshon 317 tattooed on me.
There it is.
Look at her wrist. Look at her flick at her wrist. Like, that's a real, Britt is a real one. Like, if you don't follow her, she's a great follow on Twitter. But for her to
throw the handle out there, dude.
I'm getting there, my guy. It's BSTEEGZ. Shout out to Britt. She's a crazy Eagle fan.
Holding down Sacktown.
Yeah, man, got the tattoo on her wrist. Like
a lot of Sacktown in here today. Is that like maybe a premonition for Doug's gonna bring it out? Huh?
Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like that. We got the wheelbarrow out of the shed today. Gonna wheel himself on in.
Sacktown in the house.
Puka says, do we put Alshon out there over JJ? Yeah.
Can I get a strong hell yeah?
For the amount of money that we're paying Alshon.
Well, why not have another weapon for Carson Wentz? I mean, he's not. I understand people don't want him to take away, and I don't think he is going to take away. Your X receiver is Travis Fulgham. Your Z receiver is Jalen Reagor. Your slot guy is Greg Ward. And I think he's just going to fill in the same way, not just J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, but also John Hightower. He's going to take snaps from both of them. He's going to take over that fourth role, and I think he's just going to get integrated back into this offense. But why not? A slender, in-shape Alshon Jeffrey, like Gail just said, the defense is going to be watching that. He's still Alshon Jeffrey, so it's going to open things up for the other guys. I love it.
Now, me and Jimmy on his show a few weeks ago, we were discussing the whole Jason Peters thing. We were talking about how this was before before Lane Johnson came back, and we were talking about how, taking Jason Peters and putting him in Mailata's spot, is that a factor of, we paid Peters to pay tackle. So, we're just going to shove him out there at tackle, even though Mailata has been playing well. Do you think that could come into play with this whole Alshon thing where, Alshon's making all this money. So since he's making all this money, we should get him involved in the game plan and get our money's worth out of him. Do you see anything like that happening?
I think the front office does think that way in a little bit. They're just like, we're paying the man money. We're going to get some snaps out of him. Like Jason Peters, we paid him to move over to play left tackle because he was feeling a certain way. He's getting his money, so he's going to play there. But I feel like sometimes you have to just, bite the bullet and
put the best player out there.
Give Mailata some snaps, extra development. You only get better as you play. And he showed to get better each and every game. I mean, he had some slip-ups against DeMarcus Lawrence, but you're ask any other tackle who's played through college and high school to switch sides from left to right. Jordan Mailata is switching from left tackle to right tackle within weeks and actually being serviceable. So, I mean,
like days at that.
Like going from last year when he was talking about playing, what's the difference between playing left tackle and right tackle? He's like, it's like wiping your ass with your left and right hand. Like he was saying it was awkward, which that is awkward what he said.
Right.
But he was actually serviceable, up against DeMarcus Lawrence. So hats off to him,
Yeah.
Having a swing tackle like that, it's imperative. I think not all teams are fortunate to have a guy who's on a cheap deal in here giving you productive snaps.
And we were really nervous when Vaitai left because Vaitai kind of filled that utility role along that line. And, he could play a lot of positions along there, but Mailata came up big this year for sure on a cheap deal as well.
Yeah, he better be. I hate that whole conversation. I hate that we're even thinking about putting JP there. I thought Mailata was doing really, really well. But what scares me was, that move happening. But I love the fact that, Sayamalu wasn't taken off the IR at 4 yesterday, so wasn't able to play today. That's unfortunate. But when he comes back, it's going to be great. I don't know if you guys talked about this before I came on, but I would love to see Jack Driscoll get a start at right guard today. Matt Pryor has definitely had his struggles, but Jack Driscoll has proven he can play inside and out, and I think he provides that swing tackle as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe him get a start today, but a little more shuffling, but I hope by next week we have some damn continuity, man.
Yeah, we need some consistency in front of Carson for sure.
Yeah,
we need that chemistry along the line.
Do you guys think they're not starting Mailata because of the potential of re-injury from Lane or JP? Maybe they're saving him.
I just think Doug's being a dick.
I believe it's possible. They might. I was just going to say that I think that it's possible that he is kind of not foreshadowing, but using foresight to see that one of these guys is going to end up going down in the game. Mailata ends up getting in the game one way or another.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess feeling like we're about 2 hours away from the game here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys get your coffee yet? I didn't get my coffee yet. I just rolled out of bed.
Let me give you guys something, to chew on for a little bit.
That's coffee. We got that welcome cup, huh?
Yeah, my woman took my Eagles cup this morning. I was like, whoa. Maybe that's the good juju we need for asking.
Maybe she's trying to get in game mode herself.
Exactly.
What else? Is anyone drinking yet?
I will be.
I'm not drinking by myself in my house at 11 o'clock in the morning.
I do not.
Not yet.
Well, you guys know I was in Turkey during the lockdown and everything.
Right.
And dude, you learn how to lonely drink over there.
I'm sure.
You don't have your family, you don't have your kids, you don't have, anybody. Like, you just have a roommate. My roommate was kind of a strange ranger. So you learn real fast how to get some Corona, because over there, like, every beer is the same price. That's one good thing about Turkey. The US dollar is like millions over there, so you can get super cheap beer. Like, import was $2 and domestic was $1.50.
What's the domestic beer like in Turkey?
I'm dead by now.
It was average. Like, so you think like Bud Light's bad? Like, go into Turkey and buy domestic.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So, and they consider Corona as domestic over there, so I'd stick
nice.
Corona. But
so you drink the Coronas and get in the room.
Yeah.
This guy.
It did not save me.
I do like Coronas. Like, imagine some people were like, "Yo, Corona, is that from like actually Corona beer?"
I know they actually took like a little bit of hit in the beginning of the pandemic. It's like,
they had to come out with like a PSA for that.
Yeah, but people still don't even believe in it, so you can't be surprised.
Yeah, in this country, are you surprised by that?
Cowboys fans everywhere.
Shout out to Chris Davis in the chat. He's kind of mentioning from his comment. He said, "Did you guys watch the Colts game and the way the offense moved the ball?"
I know what he's getting at.
Yeah, why can't we do that with our running back?
I didn't see that game, but I'm just getting Frank Reich vibes, and the way he's utilized it, the way that his offense is set up. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird, dude. And now
running back and a quarterback, and he takes a couple of days to transfer.
Thank you. So to relate on that, do you see their pre-motion snapping? You see how everybody's moving? They're moving in motion. Why can't we do that?
Dude, you're talking about Marcus Johnson, Michael Pittman instead of Jalen Rager or Travis. Like, come on, dude. Better see something this week, Doug.
But we actually finally did some of that orbit motion. We faked the orbit motion, and then we did a screen off that. That's what you need to do. Like, I feel like you brought him in to be a Tyreek Hill type, and that's who he models his game after. Deebo Samuels. If you watch how Deebo Samuels is used with the 49ers, it's exactly the way they want to use him here. Obviously, he's been hurt. He's back now. Hopefully, they juice it up with some jet sweep. Just even adding that, even the threat of the jet sweep with, I don't know if you guys watched Jalen Rager take jet sweeps to the house at TCU. Adding that little, very tiny element to our offense could work wonders.
Yeah, I am the same way as you guys. Use orbits and jet sweeps to open up. Oh, look at that freaking mask! That thing is fire.
It is a nice one.
Flames.
That is fire.
Oh man, with the beat, that's sick.
Oh,
he's ready to go.
Eagles win by 1 million today.
Yeah. How do you, like, if you get into an argument with your girl, like, how does that work when you got the mask on? Is that a weird? It's like, she's like, I think you were supposed to take out the trash. You're like, I'm prime right now, baby.
She can't see no facial reactions. It's gonna be the same reaction all the way through.
Man. I would use that as my Corona mask.
I was just about to say, have you done that yet?
Yeah, I ended up going to the Eagles game with it on. That's exactly what I told him. You guys said we needed to wear a mask. I got a mask on. What's the problem?
And all the trouble that they gave you in years past.
Exactly.
Isn't that funny?
Shout out to Joey, who's drunk already. He's drinking at 8:10 in the morning.
Fire.
That's at London. At the moment, he's having a Monster Energy drink, Rossi 46th edition.
Yeah, this guy Paul goes hard, man. Shout out to Paul for real.
Yeah, you do.
Sam Miguel. Let's see.
Yeah. Anyways, Prime, you threw me off of that mask, man. That
my
thing
bad,
is
my
fire.
bad, Soka, my bad.
But yeah, you use the jet sweeps and the orbits to get the corners to start creeping up on your wide receivers, thinking, hey, they're going to block. And then, boom, you hit them with that deep shot, at the point where they're blitzing 7, 8 guys and they have 3 guys sitting back in coverage and you just roast them over the top. I think that's ultimately the creativity that we need. And not even to say that it's super creative. We just need timely play calling to get people to start creeping up so we can get those deep plays going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and if people on the chat, if you want to jump on the show, if you want to give your hot takes, that's what we're here for. Jump on. We'll send you guys an invite. And you can speak your mind, because obviously that's what the stream is for. Everyone's like being socially distant. I wish I was at a tailgate. I wish I was vibing outside the link, but I'm not. Or vibing out, not like I'd be vibing outside of the Giants stadium, because the Giants fans don't know how to like party like Eagle fans do. Because every time we go up there, it's like we take over the stadium. It's like legit 60-40 every time we play the Giants.
LFF East.
It doesn't make much sense either. I mean, I know that they're in New Jersey and they're not right in the heart of the city, but like still, it's not like an awful commute for the fans. Come on.
I used to live 10 minutes. I used to live 10 minutes away from the Giants stadium, so I'm glad to be away from the stadium.
Hey man, when we went up there, we did our thing. We had to show them how it's done and stuff. So hopefully they got notes.
Like Willie's out here.
We had our fans making
never too early, Willie.
That's a good way to start your day.
Yeah, I might be little life news. I might be moving slightly closer to you guys in the future.
Oh yeah?
What's slightly closer to Carolina?
Like Virginia.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Where are you at now?
Florida,
right?
You're in Florida.
Yep.
All right. So you go from what? 3 days to 6 hours?
Yeah, exactly. 6 hours. I can make that drive.
Yeah. AJ, what's up?
Eagles fans seem like they're feeling pretty good today. We got a lot of good vibes going on in the chat. I mean, we had one Giants fan who seems to have take a step away. Maybe got in his feels a little bit. The Eagles fans came down his throat. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to be here post game. I don't know. What was it?
No more Joey sighting.
No more Joey. Haven't seen him. Especially if the Eagles end up sweeping the leg. I don't.
Eagles by 20.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
You're feeling that. You're feeling that.
I'm feeling that.
I feel like that's even like modest. I'm feeling good, fellas.
Wow.
Beat their ass, dude.
He'll be down here soon.
Are we all feeling good because our weapons are coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Miles is huge.
Hell yeah.
We got confidence in Doug.
You should.
Next question,
Doug, man.
Next question.
I mean, how could you not be? How can you not feel confident about this photo in our tight end? I mean,
come out shooting.
I mean, Dallas Goedert is like, he's ready to go. He's got, he's like, forget 2 tight end sets. I got 2 Glocks over here. Is that a Glock?
No idea.
Like it.
No idea.
Hey, principles and all, we ready to go.
Shout out to Manny from Florida, another Floridian Eagle fan. Jumping into the screen. How you doing, man?
What up, Manny?
Morning, boys. Morning, man.
Are you bringing
the Alshon? You got the Alshon on today?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow, you got the Super Bowl edition. All right.
So I actually had to buy the patch. I had to wait probably about 3 months, and then when it came on, I just sewed it on, man.
Right on. Yep.
Slapped it right on, man.
So, what kind of vibes are you bringing today? How you feeling about this Eagles game?
Well, listen, I'm actually still on an all-time high. I went to Philly actually last weekend. I had one of the most exciting weekends of my life, except that we weren't playing. I don't know why I actually, went there and whatnot, but on the time that we weren't playing, but like the flights were cheap and whatnot, so I had an amazing time at the link. Though I must have spent, I think, $300 to $400 at that pro shop and sales.
Nice.
It always gets you, man. Always gets you.
Oh man, yeah. MJ knows my feeling, man. Today, listen, man, we're getting a couple starters back. We're going with the white trooper look. I guess it's just to get in there, take care of business. I mean, it is the Giants. Let's hope that's not another crazy game, the one that we had back at the link against these same guys, man. But I'm looking forward to seeing Carson Wentz back in his true form, man. More Fulgham for sure. Maybe some Miles Sanders plays here and there, because that's a play. Listen, besides that Scott touchdown catch that he had against the Giants, there's no really big running back plays since then. Right, and of course we know what Miles Sanders can bring when he can run the ball, effectively and whatnot. And I think the whole key is, let's get those studs up front on defense, man, to just lay the wood on these guys up front, against the Giants. And just overall, like, I have a great feeling today that the game will probably be single-handedly dominated by the Eagles, hopefully. But of course, in a rivalry game, you never know what could happen, right? But that's the way I see it.
Yeah. Shout out to Joey in the chat. He says, honestly, through all the bullshit in real life, it's just good to get some football to get away from the craziness.
Amen.
That's facts.
I mean,
preach,
we
man, preach.
Football. Like, did real talk here in the chat, on here? Did you guys think we were actually going to make it to week 10 in the NFL?
No, I didn't see us getting here.
Still don't know if we'll finish, man.
I mean, out of all the leagues in this country, probably the NFL would probably be the only one that would figure out a way to keep going, even though we've seen what as college football has now become is like 4 or 5 games are getting canceled every single week. And then obviously now they're coming up with rescheduling dates. You can't really do that for the NFL though, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe they might even have to reschedule the Super Bowl because both teams get COVID or something 2 weeks before. Who knows? But the NFL is not going to miss a chance of trying to make some money, man.
Yeah,
it's simple though, it's right.
That would be a crazy storyline if we end up getting all the way to the Super Bowl and then a major player, a coach, ends up getting diagnosed with COVID in those weeks, and like the league's reaction to that, like that would be massive. And then every single person, if they end up playing that game and a star player ends up missing, Everyone's going to be talking about that asterisk Super Bowl.
I mean, people forget that Doug had COVID too. Like,
yep.
You know what I mean? It's like,
it's
like that. People forget that. Like, it's like.
But every week someone could be dealing with COVID. You know what I mean? So when people say like, "Oh, we're screwed in those 4 games," it's like, who knows what other teams are going to have? They could be missing their star player, star QB, coach, whatever. So.
Yeah, like the one example is down here in Miami where a couple coaches had it, then they became negative, and the following week, a couple of guys on defense all of a sudden became positive, and I was like, wait a minute, I thought for them they thought, well, we already cleared all this out. So it's a tricky situation, man. It's like, I don't know. It's very uncontrollable. But the only thing that you can do is make sure that the people that are entering your facility are still negative, and when they leave, you're crossing your fingers that listen, they end up going where they're supposed to go and not go across the street to meet a couple people on the internet. But hey, that's the way the NFL is, though, right?
Yeah.
It's pro players, man.
But Manny, how was your time in Philly, man? What was your favorite part about visiting the city?
Oh man, favorite part probably being in South Philly, right there by Geno's, and past just walking around, seeing how togetherness the community is. Here in Miami, it's very separate. I'm not gonna get into political talk and whatnot, but being able to be around Mexicans and being around whites and being around blacks, just being able to actually share a meal, sitting there, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of funny. We were actually on the Rocky Steps at noon whenever the whole news broke out about Biden. And I've never seen such a group of individuals just like jump up and whatnot, because unfortunately in Miami, it's very, you're either here or you're there. And if you're not, I don't want to see you.
Right.
But it was quite inspirational to be there. There's a lot of history that people don't seem to know that involves Philly, man. And that's the sad part. Because when they think of Philadelphia, they immediately think of, oh, their fans are trash. And it shouldn't be that way, bro. There's so much culture there, so much history. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at the room where supposedly the Declaration of Independence was signed. And I'm thinking to myself, this is what Philadelphia should be known for, not other crap that people think that Philly's trash about, man. Yeah. But it's total difference. When you're there, when you're there for the first time, it opens your mind and your world to other things. And it's like, man, like, listen, if you haven't been there, forget the sports, man. Go there just for the city. Go there for the people. Go there for the different types of cultures involved. It's something worth that that when you leave, your mind is going to be totally different. If it was negative before, it should be a little bit positive going out of it, because it's totally different than what people say that have never been there or have ever lived there for certain.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, man. You took the words out of my mouth.
Well described.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I was born and raised here in Miami, bro. Trust me. Right now. Woo! I think the only thing that's bringing people together is Tua. That's about it. And of course, like the heat and whatnot. But if it wasn't for Tua, man, you probably wouldn't be seeing a lot of neighbor barbecues around here. I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my brother spent 10 years in Miami. Now he's up in Delaware. I
don't blame him.
He's like, it's a good change. It's I think 2020 overall has just been a weird year. So the fact that we have Eagles football to talk about and just chop it up. Obviously, for me, Eagles is an escape for me, because whether you're being bottled up in the house, finally we get something to talk about, and we all, like, everyone in this chat and everyone in this room is like diehard Eagles fans. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell. It is a part of our life, and just having this opportunity to watch our team play in a couple hour down to an hour and a half. We need some hype. We need some energy. This is
the stuff that I get sent on game day mornings by my friends.
What does it say?
It says the "if we were healthy" starter pack.
Well, I feel like a lot of the other fan bases are starting to feel that wrath, though, because I was talking with a friend of mine who's a Cowboys fan, which that's another story on why I'm even friends with him to begin with. But just him talking about and him just going down the list and complaining, like all of his complaints about, like, yeah, but you know what? We have so many injuries this year, and with Dak going down, I'm like, whoa, wait, what are you saying? Because what were you saying like a year ago? and the year before that, like when the injuries were our problem.
You don't gotta preach to me, man.
Exactly. Like, what are you talking about?
I deal with it on a weekly basis.
I'm like, listen, pal, injuries happen. That's the NFL.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you told me?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, one thing that I realized that when it's the Eagles' problem, nobody cares. But if it's everybody else, if we start to bitch and complain about it, no, you guys, man, bro, no. We're injured. You guys can go out on the field. No, man. We lost this, and I'm like,
hold on,
it's such ignorance. Right?
You can see Browns fans right now. It is disgusting on Cleveland Twitter right now. Like whenever Chubb went down and then Odell went down, they're like, "Our season's over." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You lost 2 players."
Yeah,
you still got Landry and company, right? Like, I don't know what you're complaining about.
I mean, you think about. I mean, obviously we talked about Carson's struggles, but we also have to be real and actually look at some of the players that went down around him. Just speaking off the top of the head, there's a point in time where he lost both his tight ends, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz. He lost Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
He lost
Rager.
Yeah. He lost Alshon.
Miles Sanders.
He lost Deshaun Jackson. Miles Sanders.
I am running out of fingers, bro.
Yeah.
He lost he lost his left guard. He lost his right guard. Come on, man. Like this, it's crazy. That's real crazy talk.
We were down to a point where our entire offense that we were sending out there, it was just Carson and Jason Kelce were the only day one depth chart guys. Yeah, like come on.
I mean, we were down to right tackle 4, right guard 3, left guard 2, left tackle 3, running back 3.
Yeah.
I mean, the list.
I mean, Manny couldn't have said it any better. When it comes to us, people don't care, but when it comes to them, they cry in the river, man.
But you know the one thing that they do care, like the national media, they care about Carson Wentz. When
Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith love themselves some Carson Wentz every single Monday morning, man.
It's on every single
platform, man.
Everyone's talking about Carson Wentz, and the fact that Nick Foles gets brought up, I don't understand how we get there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I really don't get how that's still a conversation. It feels like such a tired conversation that I hear it on the radio all the time still. It's they keep on regurgitating the old, and a lot of it has to do with the Brett Favre comments that came out this week. That was a reason that it got rehashed. But dude, when are we going to give this one up? You guys realize that Nick Foles is playing doo-doo out in Chicago. He's not doing great.
That's what I've been saying, man.
He got benched for Minshew.
Yeah, he got benched for Minshew.
Trubisky and Minshew.
Yeah, just use the eye test. You can tell.
People just need to look at how many seasons he's played full.
Evan, that's been my argument for the longest, man. Ever since they talk about bring back Foles, everybody needs to understand. Listen, man. I am grateful for you getting us that Super Bowl trophy. You will always be grateful. I will always be grateful for that. But I mean, dude, for you to carry us for a whole season,
it's not it.
Listen. If you can guarantee me that Nick Foles is coming back with Frank Reich, I'm all in.
What? You're in?
Bring me Frank Reich. I'm all in,
dude. I'll take Frank Reich though. You're not wrong about that. That's something we were talking about earlier, Manny. Is that it was in the chat. They were talking about the lack of an offensive coordinator, what a difference that can make on this team, and that part. I completely 100% agree with.
Huge. The part that never shows on the sidelines during games, man. But we don't see what happens inside the meeting rooms. We don't happen the weeks during practices. We don't know what are those things that go on. But without a doubt, you can clearly see that Frank Reich had a big impact on Carson Wentz that season with Nick Foles winning us that championship. And now you see him in Indy, man. Phillip Rivers all of a sudden playing well. What the heck? You can be kidding me. He has less picks than most starting quarterbacks in the league right now. I'm like, that can't happen, right? With Phillip Rivers? With Frank Reich, definitely can.
Yeah. Shout out to Donnie. He said, what did everyone think of the new film? Maybe next year. And then randomly, Barry, the rock star from the movie in the chat, he gives he says Eagles 27, Giants 13. Barry, do a great job with the show. Keep up the great work, Barry. The Hatchet. from the locker room in Reading. And if y'all don't know Barry, this guy is a living record. Look at this guy. The locker room in Reading is amazing. He came on the show recently, and we talked about the movie. And he's a rock star. This dude is a Brad Pitt of Eagles Nation,
just like him.
Yeah, if you guys haven't got to see the movie yet, check it out. It's amazing. And if you want his autograph, we'll have to set that up.
Barry and Shirley were awesome. They were absolutely awesome.
What's up? Lasoko looked like he got some breaking news there.
Inactive just came out. J-Jaw is inactive.
Yep. Alshon season.
I thought that.
Yep.
So it's going to be Nasty Nate, J-Jaw, Jason Huntley, Craig James, Brett Toss, and Quez Watkins.
All inactive?
Yes, all inactive.
So who's the we have 5 active right now?
So you got
Rager, Alshon.
Wide receivers.
Yeah.
Hightower.
That was my prediction. Who would start? Who would be active today?
Yeah, that's our 5.
There you go.
By the way, guys, now that we're talking wide receivers, is it me or when you see DJ Metcalf make a play every single week, does that still boil your skin? Because every time I see him just do a ridiculous play, I'm like,
especially last week.
Oh,
especially last week, man.
I mean, I really do get I get fired up because I feel like if I can see it and you guys can't see it, like in all I think the one thing that scared them away was their intel and they were scared of his injuries. But I said in the second round, there's no way. Like I obviously first round, I was like, if he was healthy first round, yeah, but in the second round, this is where you take, like, on that athletic talent alone, I feel like that was like a perfect opportunity.
But listen to the point you just brought up. I mean, you worried about the health and going into the later rounds. Okay, you did it with Sidney Jones. You ended up picking up the guy knowing that he was injured. You went ahead and took that chance on him. Why didn't you take it to this day? Why do you not take that chance on DK? Like, what the hell?
I mean, we were all sitting like. And if we see it, like, and it's crazy. It's crazy that we sit there and we're like, we see this. Why are you're gonna pass the dude up?
It would be nice I was at the link with you talking about him.
It'd be nice if we had an Eagles representative like watching this stream so they could see that there is scouting talent amongst us. So, like, what I mean, we can just go ahead and start getting them to listen to us, for crying out loud.
And the funny thing is, shout out to Mal. Me and Mal were doing a video on Dallas Goedert before we narrowed Dallas Goedert as one of our top 10 targets to draft that year. Had all the prospects we were going to pick, and our last guy was Dallas Goedert, and it was like, well, it's weird, like, obviously you have Zach Ertz in the building, and here we are like years later, and Dallas Goedert is our starting tight end.
Yeah, and
we're like, we got to this point. It was weird at first in the beginning of the season, but now we're like forced to look at the future of like what it would actually look like if Dallas Goedert was our guy. So I think in terms of getting a chance to see what Dallas Goedert brings to the table, I think now we're getting to see it. This is the opportunity to shine right now.
We're definitely getting a taste of it. And I've said time and time again, I think that he is just more of a versatile, complete tight end than Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz is that dude when it comes to making clutch catches. Usually, this year's been a little bit off, but usually his hands are on point. But my man, he's a bulky, slow wide receiver. He can't block. He can't break. Can't break tackles. It's just what it is.
I mean, he is a great route runner, right? But then nowadays, the best tight ends in the league can block, can catch, can run, can do it all.
Exactly.
And that's it, and can be complete. So when he was complaining not getting the money that he expected, like Kittle did and stuff, it's like, my man, listen, we love you, bro. Like, listen, there's no hard feelings at all. But look what the other guys are doing on a consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really need to say more. It's on film. It's on film, man.
Like if you can't tell the difference between Ertz and Kelsey and Kittle, Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it's pretty night
George
and day.
Kittle will block the other team's best pass rusher for 5 seconds and go off for a pass and run it 80 yards.
And run by a cornerback.
Stiff the crap out of him on the sideline and run 80 yards.
And then pancake a
Travis Kelce can get double teamed by a linebacker, a safety, and a cornerback, or however way you want to say it, and still come up with a catch and 20 yards afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. Nothing against you, Zach.
I enjoy thoroughly when you listen to Kittle's mic'd up when he's pancaking players, and he's like so like guys that are excited about pancaking. Like, he's a tight end. He's all about receptions, touchdowns, big play. But he gets excited about a pancaking guy. He played at Iowa, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they teach you how to block up there. Those Iowa boys hit different. They've had solid tight ends come out of there. Noah,
big time.
Actives and inactives for fantasy relevant guys just came out. So Nick Chubb officially active. TJ Hawkinson is active for the Lions. I know he was a late add to the injury report. Equanimus St. Brown for the Packers will get the start today because Darius Shepard is out. Robert Tonyan, banged up, is active. Golden Tate with the knee injury is active. However, the Giants will sit Dante Pettis today. Alshon, obviously active. We already talked about that. Washington's kicker, Dustin Hopkins, is active. I wouldn't start him because he had a groin injury late in the week on his kicking leg. And then as far as defense is concerned, Dante Jackson for the Panthers is active. Both Kevin King and Jair Alexander for the Packers are out. Josh Jones for the Jaguars is active. Yodom for the Giants is active. And Carlton Davis for the Bucks is active.
Soko, I have a question.
What's up?
From a friend. Shout out to Emily. She says, hello, happy Sunday. If you have to choose between Allen Robinson and Emmanuel Sanders, who would you guys play?
It's AR-12 every chance on that one. AR-12 is kind of a target machine whenever it comes to Nick Foles playing. I understand that they have, a mediocre matchup. Actually, no, the Bears play the Vikings this week. The Vikings are one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL this year. They're 30th in the league fantasy points against for a wide receiver, and I had AR-12 on my start list. So yeah, it's not a have to start one of them. I enjoy starting Allen Robinson this week.
I like Mooney too.
Yeah.
Crap defense. You're right.
Yeah, because if I remember right, Mooney is now ahead of. He moved up to number 3 on the depth chart now.
Yeah, and he's actually getting almost the same target. Well, he had the same last week with Anthony Miller, but yeah, so those guys are seeing more plays with old Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Did you see Lamar Miller was brought up from the practice squad for the Bears?
Yeah, I did see that.
Lamar Miller?
Yeah, he's back in action.
He was
Lamar Miller, the running back?
Yeah.
The
Bears lost Montgomery this week. So.
Got cut from the Patriots with an injury settlement. And, the Bears picked him up, put him on their practice squad. And with the Tariq Cohen and David Montgomery injuries, looks like Lamar is going to be the guy this week.
Oh.
Wow.
By the way, guys, I don't mean to go down the negative rabbit hole here, but guess on how many catches JJ has this season.
0.
Arcega-Whiteside?
4.
Close.
1.
Oh, you mean what he already has?
Damn.
And that's one of those is a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yo, he got a touchdown though. He got a touchdown though.
I mean, guys, it's quite clear with all the injuries that the Eagles have at that position, and yet JJ hasn't been able to find himself somewhere with it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing more to see, man.
Well, we talk about how injury ridden this Eagles offense has been, the whole team for that matter. And if you can't make yourself seen when everybody else is out. And like you're one of the only guys that your quarterback can lean on. You're a second round pick. You're supposed to be that guy. If you can't make an impact then, like, well, what do we have you for, man? That's exactly why you're inactive today. That's exactly why you're probably not going to be on this roster next year.
I just need Hightower to catch the ball at the high point, and
that's what I said earlier today.
Catch at the high point. Rookie, don't do this, man. Go up there and get it.
I saw Hightower.
He's doing this, running backwards. I'm like,
I mean, it's like I mentioned it earlier. He's been targeted so much. I mean, if he could just come through.
His speed off the line of scrimmage and that snap of the ball is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. But that doesn't work unless you go up there and catch the football.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, you know.
And are we putting? Are we putting?
Still young though.
J Jaw against the win though.
Are we putting J Jaw what?
I mean, you think about he's a target. He's a, you know, he excels at catching the ball at the high point.
Does he though?
He's a 50-50 guy. Do we actually target him in the end zone?
Nope. No. I mean, we did.
I think that goes back to Doug Peterson.
Happened.
And
I don't even think he's in there now anymore.
Come on, like listen to this. Look, we had Mac Hollins on this roster doing absolutely,
and he caught a touchdown pass last week from Tua at the highest point.
But it's like we were utilizing
jumping touchdown.
How did we?
All right, jumping touchdown.
Mac Hollins, we did. We had him out here blocking, there's comes to a certain point where do you trust how they're utilizing these players?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
That's what I was just getting ready to mention. I mean, you guys might have touched upon this weeks ago, where it might not even be them. It might be the people that are actually, you know, in training, you know what I mean, during the practice that are not just utilizing them the correct way. And then here these guys go to a different team, to different coaching staffs, and these guys are getting put to work. Yeah. I mean, watching Mac Hollins make that damn catch last week, I wanted to throw my hat at the TV like, what the hell?
Mac Hollins ain't the only one, man. Nelly's having himself a little bit of a season.
And then Nelly, you see that? Nelly made
a by the way, while being in the Eagles Pro Shop last weekend, they had Nelly jerseys for $20.
No way.
I almost bought one.
Yeah, I had to get one.
People seem to forget he had the most catches in the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah,
people seem to forget, man.
It was a big factor in that Super Bowl year for sure. But like, but to get back to the point of just like, I think that's a common theme that we've been talking about all season and for kind of a couple of years now is the fact that we do have players that have certain skill sets. And it feels like we're not utilizing those skill sets at all. It feels like we're misusing players. We're not even giving some players the opportunities when like we really see something there. I mean, like for instance, going back to last year, we were really thin in the wide receiver position. We had Greg Ward on the practice squad the entire year. Why the hell did it take so long for Greg Ward to get bumped up?
Exactly.
Why? Like you see him practice. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's exactly the point. Like, why are you putting Mac Hollins out there over Greg Ward? Greg Ward has been one of our most consistent guys. Literally, since he stepped foot on the field, he's been the most consistent guy on the offense.
So, do you think it's true with how he says who's inactive and who's active?
Do we what?
Do you think it's true when they're saying the little rumor that was going on that Howie Roseman is in control?
He definitely has a say.
Bro, without question. The minute that Chip Kelly was bounced and he was given reins of this whole organization once again, it's all been him. All been him. Who cares who's head coach, man? Who cares who's our head coach?
But you got to realize what Howie Roseman is to Jeffrey Lurie. Like he's
his glove.
He's a sidekick. He's like
he's his glove.
If Jeffrey Lurie was the dog owner, like Howie would be the little Maltese and he's petting. You know, he can't do any wrong. Like, manage the fucking cap, make some all right picks here and there, sign some good free agents. But like, am I really gonna let go of the prodigal son? Probably not.
No.
You know, it's like you just gotta hope that they. What happens first? They get rid of Howie, or we get a new offensive coordinator?
New offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I would say.
I wish we could get an offensive coordinator. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I don't see how
we do. We need another set of fresh eyes.
Yes,
looking at the game plan. Because your first 11 plays scripted. Let's get somebody else in there that can have the same brain waves as Dougie
and be like, hey, listen, this is what we need to do. We need to script it this way. I just feel like I feel like this the offensive game plan, man, is so vanilla, bro.
Yeah.
Like
it's very,
so
very
vanilla, man.
It's very predictable now, for sure.
Yes.
Right after those scripted plays come and go, it's very predictable afterwards.
Very.
And then you go for these fourth and eighth, fourth and short plays that you're thinking, just sneak it in with Carson, and they're gonna try like a fake screen this way, fake screen this way. Oh, let me just hit it over the middle, and by that time Carson went to sack.
Yeah.
Just some things I don't get.
To be honest, even the scripted plays haven't even been working. We've been having a lot of 3 and outs to start out games, but like
you're also running scripted plays with backups too. So I don't know what the hell.
True. But to the point of like Howie Roseman and the offensive coordinator and all that, if we get an offensive coordinator, he comes in and makes a difference, makes an impact on this offense. Everybody's feeling a lot differently about Howie Roseman at that point. Once the pressure is taken off of his shoulders and his only job is to control the cap, he's good at that, dude. He's very good at moving money around and freeing up space. So I think that if we just get another offensive mind in here to help Doug with play calling, to help Doug with play design, and just utilizing the right players and the right skill sets, that would make all the difference for our offense and for Howie Roseman's reputation.
Now, I hope they continue to utilize Travis Fulgham, because there's we're talking about bringing in Alshon Jeffrey now. So you're wondering how they're going to manage Travis Fulgham snaps. Is he going to be the most targeted? But since being promoted to the active roster in Week 4, Travis Fulgham ranks 5th in the league with 87 yards per game. 87 yards.
Beating him, man.
Like coming off the practice squad, being a journeyman guy to actually putting up these kind of numbers is really just he's been the one positive.
Right.
Second in the league in touchdown receptions too over that time period, just behind Devontae Adams.
Yep.
So
hey Gail, so you remember my hot take when I said Travis Fulgham is like Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
How you feel about now?
I got a lot more ways to go.
I still need a full season. I still need the full season.
Wait. I'm gonna tell you something right now. He's gonna be the first wide receiver in recent years, to have over 1,000 yards. I guarantee you that. I put money on it.
Seen the post. He's on track for it, baby.
He is on
track. He's on pace to get over that, man.
He's going to have it. I guarantee you he's going to have it.
Look
at how smart he is. Look how smart he is when he's on the top of his route and the release. Look at that, and look how his separation is, and how he uses his body. That's what Jason's supposed to be.
The thing I like about Fulgham is he tells stories with his routes. Like, he might not be the most fat. He's not like twitched up, but like his strides, along with the way that he tells stories with his route, that's what you like to see.
He got sweet feet, man.
Like, going around the room, what was your one play? What was your one play from Fulgham where it was he arrived moment where you're like, yes, like I believe that this to be real.
For me,
he's my guy, and I put it out there first. I'm gonna go first. Sorry.
No, go for it.
That one catch when he caught it on 3 Steelers. When he moved his head, he moved his head like he was about to go off for a post for out, but he ran in and he caught it literally just like this. I was like, yo, he's the real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah,
he's the real deal. I was like, yo, like, come on now.
Yeah.
You better put some respect on my man's name.
For me, it was the second game. It wasn't a particular play. It was actually just the stat line of 10 catches, 152 yards, and a touchdown. I ended up walking away from that game. And it was like in the middle of that game because I just it was one of those, God damn, Fulgham again? Like one of those types of games where he was just all over the field. He was getting open all game long. No one could stop him. And after he had that game-winning touchdown, I wanted to, not jump the gun and be like, hey, we got a real one just because he's got one touchdown. He popped off that second game. And after saying that, I was like, yo, we actually have something here.
I thought it was against the Ravens when he took on like Marcus Peters and one of the other, not Jimmy Smith. I don't think it was Marlon Humphrey, but after those 2 games that you guys mentioned, the first game winning the game for us, and then the second game with that stat line, you're like 10 catches, 152 yards and touchdown. Could we have the real deal? But as Eagles fans, we know to temper our expectations. So I wanted to see what he did against a real defense and a real secondary like the Ravens. And my God, we didn't do anything in the first half to get him the ball. And it was just, once they finally started actually forcing the ball to him and he was making catches, it was like, oh, we have an actual X receiver, a number 1 receiver. Get him the ball. I think that's when they finally woke up during halftime, and that was my breakthrough moment.
So mine was against the Cowboys right before the bye. Obviously, I know you guys like to bring up the gaudy stats of the second game that Fulgham had, and the game-winning touchdown against the Niners. But mine was seeing the savvy that he had. So I don't know if you guys watched the Broncos play last week. There was a route that Jerry Jeudy ran where he basically was running a deep curl, but acted as if it was a go route where he threw his hand up and said, hey, I'm open, throw it over, back shoulder fade. If you watch closely, Travis Fulgham, the actual game film on that, Travis Fulgham did that against the Cowboys the week prior to Jerry Jeudy doing it. So seeing that savvy and that, veteran journeyman presence that Fulgham has, even though he hadn't seen the field to that point, I think that was my, oh yeah, he's real moment.
Yeah, see, I wish I would have went before Soko, man. Damn it, that's the one. That's the one that I am so convinced. The confidence that kid had in that game. I mean, it was just like as soon as the play went off, you see Carson kind of gave Fulgham that eye. Fulgham did a quick juke move, and then he was gone, threw it up in the air, tracked the ball just right, and made some hell of a plays that game. That's where I was convinced. Yeah, I mean, like, I know he made some good plays previous to that, but that Dallas game is just the confidence, like, from the start to the beginning that he had. That's where I'm just convinced this kid is the future for this team.
Well, guys, I'm gonna take you back to his college days at Old Dominion, man. Because my actually college at FIU, we went to play Old Dominion, and in that particular game, Fulgham had I believe an 80+ yard touchdown, where he broke off 4 or 5 tackles and he went all the way. And I remember me looking at Coach Butch Davis, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, did that really just happen? And he goes, wow. So now I see him in an Eagle uniform, and what he's been able to do from the moment he stepped on the field with that touchdown catch in San Francisco, the great plays he made at Pittsburgh, and being able to hold his own against a very great secondary in Baltimore. I mean, we're all shocked, but I'm not, because I witnessed it in person at Old Dominion, and it's just something that, wow, like, you would have never thought that this guy would have been, not saying he couldn't, be that, but to see the opportunity that he now has in front of him. I just, going back to the coaching staff, I just don't want them to do that. I don't want them to hurt his progress. And I think today we'll definitely see, with Alshon coming back, where this team stands with them. But I think Travis Fulgham is one of those stories, man, that if there's anything great out of 2020, it's definitely the rise of this young man here who has taken his opportunities with the Storm. And man, it's, hopefully it's something great to talk about for years to come with a guy like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine was against Baltimore, because I want to see not just a couple games. I want to see like multiple, more than just 3. Just the fact against against the Ravens, their cornerbacks are top notch. Well, I mean, Marcus Peters he's not top notch, but he's up there. But for him to go up in the end zone and high point football, just come down with the catch, with the game on the line, and just not even flinch, and just be like, yeah. And it's not like you see it in his game where he's just like, he's like been there, done that. And dude is just coming off the practice squad and having that kind of mode or mentality. That's what you like to see. You're just like, yo. To me, I was just like he's really just doing this thing. And Darius Slay was like, yo, that was my practice squad guy. Like I he was working against me as a practice squad guy, and just to see him blossom, you're like, and now he's playing on the same team as Darius Slay.
Yep.
In Philly, I mean, it's a great story, and just like, God, I mean, he was what Jay Jaw was supposed to be.
I think we owe a big thanks to the NFC North for letting them slip through their fingers, man.
Like, it's not supposed to happen to the Eagles.
No, it's not. It's usually the other way around. It's usually the guy that we give up ends up, going out and balling. But
now first
Emily,
and foremost, Tim, let me counter your point of Michael Thomas, because I don't think Travis Fulgham's going to start throwing hands at somebody if they call him a slant boy. So
he's more than a slant boy, for sure.
That's a fact.
I think he has the potential. Don't get me wrong, Tim. I'm with you all the way. I think the kid's going to be great, but I'm going to temper my expectations.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I like Gail's point about, to me, I've noticed that as well. Just the game doesn't seem too big for him. He seems like he is very just, like he just plays one play at a time, and he there's nothing that can take him like out of his element in the game. He is he's completely locked in, and for a guy as young as he is and just busting out onto the scene, like, it's very impressive to see that much mental maturity out of him.
Yeah, he's mad humble. You know what I mean? He's mad humble.
Yeah,
and he works hard. You can tell he worked hard. Like I was watching some of his. I follow him on Twitter. Yeah, I have a man crush. Yeah, man. Pause. Anyway, I said pause. Anyway, I said pause. Can't do that when I say pause, Gil.
Yeah, you can't do that on the air. We got memes lined up like crazy.
No, but I follow him on Twitter. And I also follow him on Instagram. And I see this, like, the hard work that he puts in. What he puts in, man. Like, we need wide receivers like that in the offseason to put work in the way he is. He's on the beach. He's running routes. He's working hard. He wants to be the best, man. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this kid is dope, bro.
Seems like he's on the beach. He ain't got no shirt. He be sweating.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Glisten all over.
Glistening, son. You know what I'm saying? Popping muscles and everything. Omarion, son.
Okay.
Yo, can we? Yo, so
oh my God.
On a real note, can we safely say that we have our wide receivers coach now?
Yeah.
Can we give Aaron Moorhead his credit where it's due?
I'm giving Aaron Moorhead the nod for sure.
I mean,
yeah, we've seen some real progress.
I think Aaron deserves Moorhead.
Put yourself in the bedroom now.
I'm just saying. I mean, no, I just feel like just the wide receivers coaches that we've had over the past couple of years, and now you have a guy.
G-Lou.
I mean, Aaron Moorhead actually he was trying to recruit Jalen Reagor. Like he knows like Jalen Reagor's like father. Like he knows the whole. So he's been on Jalen Reagor since he's been in high school, so he knows what his abilities are and what his strengths are. I think it's just great to see, man. Of having wide receivers that develop. We have a 5th rounder, that Hightower out there stretching the field. He's not strong at the catch point at this point in his career yet, but he's getting vertical and beating, quality defensive backs out there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, John Hightower's got the speed. I just think he needs to work on, his hands, man. He needs to work on his ball track and catching at the high point. That's what
not
it is.
This.
Yeah, but those are all things that, like, granted, this could be something that, is unfortunately sticks around. That could be something that he doesn't end up working on, or it could be something that, he's just a rookie. He's just a rookie. He's a 5th round rookie. He's got to take time to develop, and he could figure that out and be burning burning cornerbacks and then catching the ball. So
counteractive to Fulgham, is he, on the flip side of Fulgham, where Fulgham seems very grounded. The moment's not too big for him, whereas Hightower came from a small school in Boise State, and might have a little case of the yips this year.
Yeah, it's possible.
Now Emily had a question. She said, this kind of like basis goes back to Dougie P. It's almost like, what are the chances we see Wentz rolling out of the pocket today? And obviously, Emily does her homework. She knows where Wentz is strongest. She knows where his QBR is.
Yep.
It's outside the pocket and on the move. I feel like This is if Doug doesn't come out of this bye and have a strong play calling this game, I have questions. You've had this long to prepare for the Giants. You played them last, just 2 weeks ago. If you don't have a game plan prepared for them, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, the last time we played we came off a quick turnaround the last time we played the Giants. So hopefully he's got something in his bag.
Yeah. Do you think that we're kind of? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to get to the point of: do you think we're talking out of both sides of our mouth though? With like, so we tell obviously, I think Carson rolling out of the pocket, that's where he's best. But the one major criticism we've had of Carson Wentz is that he holds on to the ball too long. So by us telling him to roll out of the pocket, is he taking that as I got to extend this play and make something out of it? Is that the thing that's not clicking for him in there? Because I mean, listen, I don't want to like have to dumb it down or anything like that. But if we listen to what the coaches have said about Carson's decision making, it sounds like they have to be very black and white about what they say, where they want him to go with the ball, what they want him to do. Are we kind of setting ourselves up for him to hold on to the ball too long? Those kind of mistakes to happen with forcing him out of the pocket.
Well, I think if the play calling is right, and you can dial up the play action.
Bingo, guys, it's
run the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Establish the run, set up all the rest of the stuff going on.
We know what we want to see, right? Like, it's quite simple. What the coaching staff wants to do is something totally different.
Yes.
So, those are things that we can control. We know that if Carson Wentz is looking inside the pocket with 8-9 seconds still, that's just a play calling design per se, because obviously if he's rolling out, he's rolling out. But I don't want to see these roll out forceful throws, interceptions in the end zone like, against Dallas last game. Like, those are plays that if the play is not there, Carson, throw it away. Don't need to force it. Don't try to force it. You know what I'm saying? Like, your team is good enough to move it, to get points throughout the game. We don't need to kill possessions because you just try to create something out of nothing. And I understand that you want to create that big play, but it's all about the coaching staff, man. Where do they go from here, having 2 weeks off? And like Gail said, this game to me, if they don't have the proper offensive game plan, after this game, you play Green Bay, you play a much tougher set of teams after this. This is the game where you have to come out, get the blueprint going, get the rhythm back, and make sure that with the starters now, mostly healthy per se, you get something going. Because if it's not this game, I don't want to be heading into Green Bay asking these same questions, man. It's not a good feeling. Yeah. It's not a good feeling facing Aaron Rodgers once again up in Green Bay and, having to think about, damn, what is the offensive game plan today? But we have, I don't want that.
No. I want Wentz to come off the field after the game and look at Doug and be like,
fedora and all.
Doug, man, you got the juice, man. Like you're back in your bag, and you have something that we could be proud of. Somebody that we're also proud of is a resident Australian in the house.
Willie.
Good morning.
Willie, that's a nice jersey you got there, guy.
Yeah, it's thank you very much. That's what happens when you outsmart Americans at Eagles trivia.
Yeah,
a little bit arrogant. Just kidding.
It's funny that you entered the chat because you are the trivia champ. I mean, it's 12:05, right? Game's coming up shortly. You guys want to do some trivia? And anyone in the chat want to challenge Willie? Win some merch here.
Yo, I do want to talk about what we were just speaking on Carson rolling out real quick too. We've seen some bad Matt Pryor lately. I don't really think that we're going to see a whole lot of Carson rolling out until we get Isaac back, and then we can move Nate back to the right guard and actually have a healthy offensive line that doesn't look like a turnstile at times.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be...
Neither.
Okay.
Not this week. This isn't the week. The Giants have the 9th best rushing defense in fantasy.
Even without Golden?
Yes.
Okay. I trust you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I have neither one, so I'm okay with this one.
I think this is the Carson get right game. I don't think Miles or Boston will get the touches to make them fantasy relevant.
Right game.
But if you look at how we do when Carson is throwing the ball a bunch, if he's throwing all game, it's not good. We need to have that healthy balance.
Yep, Golden is active. I think that he goes in today as wide receiver 4. I think you're going to see more Sterling Shepard in the slot, which is why I'm calling for a big day for Shepard, because that's where he worked pretty much exclusively against the Eagles last time, and actually had a pretty fantasy relevant day. 6 catches, 38 yards, and a touchdown, I think it was. So if you're in a half point or a full point, that's a pretty big day for Shepard.
Hey Evan, do you have the trivia questions answers?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Oh. We got more people coming in.
Manny, you want to get on this trivia?
Not today, man.
No? You don't want to challenge Willie?
I don't have my Fosters with me, man. I can't, bro.
Hey, we got
all right. Let's go.
We have Eagles hats.
Yo, that is fire.
We have Eagles
I
hats.
still have my watch this. I still have my Alshon Jeffrey signed Super Bowl football.
Ben
Yeah,
Roethlisberger for Joey.
Yeah,
When I met him in Miami.
That one's my favorite.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we have this one. So
the throwback.
So
throwback is fire.
whoever wins is getting this merch here. So if
That looks very
yeah,
nice, but I'm not gonna wear none of that
let's-
in Miami, man.
Let's leave
Like
the
90
we're-
degrees
I'm
here.
in Arizona. I feel you. It's hot here.
We're 2 weeks from summer.
Let's leave the throwback out. I'm gonna talk to you off of here about that.
what's that?
Yo, Joey had a question in the chat.
Oh, Joey's back.
Joey Garcia. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
In 08, this QB considered.
Shout out to the Juggernaut. He says super excited for today, boys. Hey, do you want to get on this trivia? We need one person to challenge Willie.
The run
I'll do it.
defending.
You said you do it?
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Come on, there was like
By the way, King,
King,
look, I bought 4 of these jackets at the pro shop last weekend. Ask me when I'm gonna wear this. No idea when I'm gonna wear
Do you have a walk-in freezer that you regularly use?
Hey,
Bro, it's 76
Joey,
degrees down here right now.
Trivia? Joey, in on this trivia? He's pretty active in here. But then, but then again, Joey could be. We could call Joey on the show, but he could be at home googling this shit. So,
Yeah.
okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. So first question is it's whoever's going to be closest. You get one answer, whoever's closest. First question is actually question number 33.
All right, hold on. I'm going to Google question number 33.
The Eagles have played 46 playoff games in their history. What is their playoff record?
Willie, you go first.
24-22. 24-22.
I'm going to say
25-21.
Tim's in on this. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say 20.
20
and whatever. Yes,
Yeah.
20 wins.
Willie is the closest. They are 23-23.
Oh,
Jesus Lord.
Wow.
500.
That's a guess. That was just a guess.
Question number 34. Who was the all-time scoring leader on the Eagles?
David Akers.
Oh, come on.
I was going to say that.
Willie's a crusher, bro.
That is correct.
This is what we're talking about with Willie.
I
wanted to answer
he said the answer before you even did the question.
All right, you ready? This is how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna read the question first, so you guys can't read it ahead of me.
And I'm on a 1 second delay, I think.
I don't think Willie's an Australian, man. I have a feeling he's somewhere down there in your basement, bro.
I'm in Australia.
If Willie's able to get this one just like in a blink, I'm gonna be very, very impressed. 2-0 Willie right now.
He's pushing the Siri button as you're asking the question.
All right, Siri, next one.
Question number 35. Who has the most kick return touchdowns in Eagles history?
Darren Sproles.
Tough one. Tough one.
Brian Mitchell.
Good guess.
I was going to say Mitchell.
Everybody in? It's actually Timmy Brown from 1960 to 67. Timmy Brown. All right, so Willie's still in the lead. Kind of a similar question. Who has the most punt return touchdowns in Eagles history?
Deshaun Jackson.
We're on the board. Manny's on the board.
Oh,
Deshaun Jackson with.
Daddy, you smart.
Sorry.
You very smart. Matter of fact, you a genius.
All right, so 2-1. 2-1. Willie's still in the lead. 37. Who has the most receiving yards in a single season for the Eagles' history?
Oh. Irving Fryer.
Yo.
Quick.
What the hell is even that?
Who just said Mike Quick? Willie? Willie's correct. 1,409 yards.
That is correct.
Now, topical question. So that's 3-1 Willie, if we're keeping score at home, which we are.
Wiping y'all up, you Americans.
Okay, so like I said, topical question. The guy we've been talking about. Who has the most fumbles in Eagles history?
Number 11.
I baited you, Willie.
You did.
Most fumbles in Eagles history. Not number 11.
Jaws.
Manny?
Is it a quarterback?
Don't tell him.
Juice.
It is Randall Cunningham. 89 fumbles.
Listen, a quarterback that ran as much as him, I'm surprised I didn't name him.
I'm surprised he didn't. Wow, Gail.
Randall Cunningham has the most fumbles in Eagles history.
Gail had no idea. You're American? Yo, that's Gail with hair, yo.
If we're being real, like Carson Wentz already has what, 55 right now?
He's on his way.
My man's on pace. He's on pace. Okay, so that is still 3-1 to Willie.
I'll blow that 3-1 lead.
Ready for this?
Ain't no Doc Rivers walking through that door, man.
Who was the Eagles' leading receiver the year that Sam Bradford was quarterback in 2015?
Riley Cooper.
Jordan Matthews.
Zach Ertz.
It is Jordan Matthews with 997 yards.
That is correct.
And Jordan Matthews was supposed to be somebody.
Yeah.
Well, they made
he wore T.O.'s number and all.
All right, so where are we at right now?
I'm counting 3 Willie.
3-1-1.
3-1-1. Correct.
3-1-1.
Okay. Should we do first to 5? What do you want to do here?
Yeah, let's do it first to 5. Let's do it first to 5.
Okay. How many career rushing touchdowns does Carson have? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put the question up.
Oh.
I'm going to say 8.
I'm going to say 6.
I'm going to say 10.
14.
It's actually 5.
Wow. 4 this year.
Willie,
surprise, motherfucker.
Sorry about that.
So I got it wrong, huh?
So that was nobody, right? What was the last year that an Eagles running back led the NFL in rushing yards?
The final year of LaShawn McCoy, which I don't remember what
it was. McCoy, wasn't it? Like 2000.
Yeah. I remember the year, man. I gave you the name of the
2013.
I remember the year, damn it.
13.
I don't know.
I don't know what to do in this situation here because it was shady in 13.
I know it was shady. I just remember
ruling from the judges. Manny said shady.
Who got the year right?
Yeah, I mean the question is the year. The question
Willie,
is the year.
Technically, Willie and Tim got the year right.
They did.
3-2-2.
It would be 4-2-2.
Oh,
4-2.
yeah.
Damn.
4-2-2-1.
4-2-1.
But anyways,
4-2-1.
Or we can do 4-2-1.5.
Man, I don't know if I want to.
How it is.
Okay. I don't want to give like a softball for the winner here.
No.
I think if I'm putting my money, I think Willie's gonna wrap this up. Americans.
All right. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna do
What
this
if
one.
someone cuts my internet?
You know how much the shipping is to Australia? Don't let this man win. Okay?
No one really says this. We're doing like 7 questions, and no one mentions that. Oh, thank you.
Yours would be like $100, shipping like $50. Like, don't let this man win.
If it's the throwback hat, that thing's getting lost in the mail.
All right, so this is another one. Whoever guesses the closest number gets this one correct. How many Eagles players have been inducted into the Hall of Fame?
9.
What, you can't
11.
guy.
Or no.
13.
Cut his mic off. Cut his mic off.
Put him in the bathroom.
Because it's only for these guys. If you work with 4th and John, you can't answer.
So, what was the what were the guesses? I heard 9. I heard.
I said 10. I said 11.
9, 13, 11. The answer is 18 players.
Ooh, who said 13?
Wow.
Was that Willie that said 13?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have ourselves another Australian winner.
Oh, word.
What, dude, Willie just embarrassing the Americans anymore, man. Embarrassing the Americans.
Willie's like, oh, you want to do some trivia?
I'm a stud.
He's
I'm
like, oh.
ballsy. I don't take no shit
Sorry
from
for throwing
anyone.
you off there, guys. Of course. Saddlebag.
All right, so Willie, you can take your pick between hats.
I've actually got that one.
Oh, look at that. Arrogant.
From a previous trivia.
Arrogant, too, huh?
All right.
Very nice.
The throwback. I want the throwback.
Good job, Willie.
Yeah.
Fire. I like
That thing's getting lost in the mail.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Well done,
everyone.
Willie. Well done.
You guys on fire.
Damn Americans costing me the fucking shipping, dude.
Little fantasy tidbit, fellas. DeAndre Swift is officially starting for the Lions. DeAndre Swift,
the rookie.
Isn't he one of that dropped that pass in the Bears game?
yes. No, Kerryon Johnson dropped it.
Yeah, look,
No, I thought it was Swift.
Johnson got to work in the Bears game.
the chat was on fire, man. I was trying not to look at the question, dude. During that Eagles trivia. Hey, if anybody has any breaking news, like Soko's breaking, you guys are out there monitoring the chat or the timeline. We'd like to know some breaking stories at the moment. We're about 40 minutes outside of
An Eagles dub.
Eagles.
The Eagles dub.
So I really had like one of those moments where like I needed that break.
Yeah.
Now the passion, the intensity. Ask me what time I went to bed last night.
What time did you go to bed last night?
What time did you go to bed?
5:20.
Jesus.
A.M.
He was a kid at Christmas. He was a kid on Christmas.
Were you sitting there watching Eagles highlights, or were you watching some weird documentary about an octopus like I was?
I was watching like dumbass interviews. I'm sitting here. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like watching interviews. I'm making like stupid stuff like. That's what I do.
That's some of your finest work.
Like, I can't even sleep because I'm so excited about the Eagles. It's like Christmas every time the Eagles play. So I mean,
that's really like the intro to a
sitcom. With the
sitcom.
Eagles.
That little video is an intro to a sitcom right there.
Hey, but like that's the beauty of being an Eagles fan. Like majority of us, I don't know if I can talk for everyone. Well, I know I can speak for Gail. Like this, when you're a fan of the Eagles, it's handed down to you. You know what I'm saying? Like my pops handed down to me, like, yo, you're going to be an Eagles fan. If you're a Cowboy fan, I'm kicking your ass out the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that, like, we're just different from every fan base. Like, my wife is a Niner fan, and we go to Niner functions and stuff like that because she supports the Eagles as well. You know, and when I tell you, I went to a Lions and Niners game, and there was more people there wearing Golden State jerseys. It was sickening. I was like, what? Like, you come into a football game wearing a basketball jersey? You could never do that in Philadelphia.
I mean, listen,
you colors.
Yeah, no, I mean, but here it's kind of like the same thing because the only franchise in Miami that's won anything in almost 2 decades has been the Heat, right? And now besides Tua, like when you go to Dolphin games before Tua, it was Heat jerseys everywhere. And now you're seeing, you know, with the fans there that are allowed there, at least 20 to 25,000, it's all number one. And the younger kids don't even remember who 13 is. All they know is that one's Tua. That's it. So it's all about winning. If you win, here's more fan base. Maybe if the Niners would have won the Super Bowl, maybe more fans would be wearing Niner stuff. But you are so right on that, though. Like there's fans, but literally home fans.
Eagles fans will wear green no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
We've never. But think about it. Before 2017, we didn't win anything. It was just you bleed it. That's you. That's what you're about. And that's what's so different from our fan base. Like, we are just passionate about our team.
Yeah, I went to a concert a few years ago at the Link, and I was the person I was dating at the time. We were with a bunch of her friends, and they're like, "Oh, why are you wearing an Eagles jersey? Like, it's the summer. Like, what?" I was like, "I'm going to the Link. Like, I'm gonna be respectful and wear what the fuck is supposed to be worn in the
love it." I went to go see Kevin Hart live at the Link. And me and the wifey, we wore Eagles jerseys at this thing.
Yeah,
you
pay your respects.
You're going to the Lakers financial field.
Prime.
Go with respects, and you wear that goddamn jersey with pride.
Yeah, exactly.
Prime. What jersey you rocking?
I got a Wentz Army.
All right,
jersey.
so let's put it this way. Me, Prime, and Jimmy are all rocking 11, who's been complete, like, the downfall of the team at points this season. Manning's rocking a 17.
What are you talking about? My man's been out all season.
Listen to me.
Listen.
Who's playing 3 games in 17 games. And Willie's rocking a 26, who's been out for 2 games.
Yeah.
We're all rocking the downfall of the Eagles right now, but we're still rocking green.
We embraced it, man.
Exactly. I nearly wore the Sean Jackson before.
That's what you love being an Eagles fan. That's what like being an Eagles fan is about. You know what I mean? Like, to piggyback off what you guys said, you went to the Link. Meek Mill came to Arizona. I swear to God, I was like, I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm from South Jersey. I lived in Philadelphia as well when I was a young bull. But like, I'm proud of where I'm from. So I was in the Meek Mill concert wearing a Super Bowl jersey. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dreams and nightmares, man.
Oh man, as soon as that came on, I think everybody looked at me like I was crazy.
I still get a little tear in my eye every time that song comes on.
Back.
That's one of Dallas Goddard's. That's one of Dallas Goddard's favorite songs. He gave it a 2-gun salute.
Oh God!
In the rating.
Hey, as soon as you hear it, wait a minute, it's a wrap, bro.
Hopefully nobody had any fists up on here,
Paul from London. He would like to hear some score predictions. Why don't we go around the room, give you a score prediction? We'll start with you, Evan, and we'll go around, and then Turco next.
All right, so we're going to end up with a weird score because Dougie's going to end up going for 2-point conversion. Going to end up being successful. I'm seeing it's going to be a close game because it's going to be divisional. I see the Eagles holding up Gallman well. I think the Giants end up not being able to score much. I'm going to say 25-21 Eagles.
See, I'm the complete opposite of Evan. I think this is the game where everything really clicks. I think, everybody's healthy. We're feeling good. I think that the team is upbeat as we are as fans. So I think that, they go into this with a positive mindset. I think they come out, score early, score often. I'm on the flip side of Evan. I think that we do get a weird score, but I think that the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. I think that for most of the game, we're going to sit around like a 17 to 18 point lead, get a late touchdown, Giants score, and garbage time. Final score prediction is going to be 33-10 Birds.
Wow. My score prediction is 28-13. I mean, I agree with Evan. I think, Dougie's going to go for a 2-point conversion, going to end up getting it. A couple field goals up in there. Today's definitely the game. These guys are going to go ahead and click. Alshon coming back, Miles coming back, more weapons, more, trick plays coming out of the book today. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, that's my score prediction, 28-13.
Birds come back strong, 2 weeks off, or not 2 weeks off. They had the bye week per se. Offense much more healthier. I feel like the defense gets a late touchdown in, so I'm going to say 31-17 Birds.
Yo. My score prediction is 28-14. I think we're going to have. You know what? I want to see a Jalen Hurts trick play. I want to see that. I want to see a little bit of him involved in the offense doing a wildcat and a 2-point conversion because Doug is going to go for it anyway. So that's me.
I'm going to go 34-17, junk time touchdown for the Giants, and Darius Slade, you got a pick 6 today.
Oh, yeah. I could use one of those.
I have been waiting on those all season, man.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on those.
I'm going to keep saying it until he gets it.
Resident hype man, baby. Let's go.
Well, I heard some close ones to my score. I'm going to ride with the one I've been going with the last few days. 34-13 got us winning by 21. I think this offense is finally going to start rolling. We talk about Miles Sanders being back. Rager getting I think he's going to get his today. Goddard gets him. Fulgham. This offense is going to get rolling. But that defense, time to keep laying that smack down. I think people are overlooking what Jim Schwartz has been doing, especially with the injuries that are going on. Get these guys rolling, and let's put an ass beating on those Giants. I think today is the day we've been waiting for months upon months, what felt like years. Let's go get this win, 34-13 Birds.
The city cops say fine. You'll cancel a concert anyway, but they promise to break their silence.
I'm gonna go. Like these games are always close to the Giants. I don't know why. Like you go back to that Jake Elliott game. I'm gonna go. I think this is. I'm speaking into existence. I think Carson finally.
Yes, sir. Speak that.
He learns his ways, man. I feel like after all this,
there you go.
He's been dragged. Like anytime you get shit on by a dude who wears Wranglers, like you wear Wranglers and you talking shit on me, bro. Like you got what are you doing? Sending dick pics and wearing Wranglers, and you're shitting on me. So I feel like Carson. We are not going to see Carson save, bro. We're going to see Carson beat them hoes today, and I think 28-14.
All right, so
that's my score prediction.
I like it. Wins across the board. I got a question now, though. On to the next prediction. Over or under 1.5 turnovers today from this guy?
Under.
Damn it, Evan.
Just saying.
Under.
Plug that prop bet, baby.
Yo, just imagine if he doesn't turn the ball over once.
Yeah,
I'm going with the under. Damn.
Oh, he don't turn over the ball.
Just imagine if I went to med school.
We smacking the shit out of the
Giants. I am waiting for Soko to convince me.
You're waiting for me to convince you. Listen, if everything I've been saying hasn't convinced you, I'm not going to convince you to this point. You got a healthy line. You got healthy receivers. You got Dallas Goedert back. You got Miles Sanders back. Boston Scott, the Giants killer. If that's not enough to convince you, I can't convince you, baby.
Yeah. All right. Under.
Tell him, Soko. Tell him.
I'm convinced.
Fuck your shit.
So I think I'm gonna go. Is this the no turnover game from Carson?
Hey man,
I'd love it.
When's the last time? If Gail, if you say this, I believe it. You give me faith. If you say no turnovers, I'm believing in you, man.
So when's the last time the Eagles had no turnovers in a
if we get
game?
through the first quarter without one, I'll feel a lot more comfortable. But he has this tendency to turn the ball over in the beginning of the game and then just.
I was watching an old video from last year, from a 4th and John show, and it was like because I was trying to think of like Carson's lowest moments, and remember the Seahawks game where he fumbled, 3 picks, you name it. Like it was like the first time that I saw personally Eagle fans turn on Carson Wentz in the stadium. Like I had never seen the whole stadium turn on Carson. And like fast forward to now, we've seen a level of the fan base who's turned on Carson. So it's like I was trying to go back to like when did I ever feel this low about Carson's performance? And I think that's as you look how Carson Wentz rebounded at the end of the season. Like he cleaned his act up. He put the team on his back and he excelled. So I think I feel a certain way that he's learned from some of these moments. Like I'm going to be honest. I'm going to ask you guys around the room. When you saw Carson Wentz, they asked him that. Obviously, that question was shady, but it had to be asked. But did you look at his way he internalized that from your?
It hurt, man.
Brett Favre saying those things about you. Do you think that affected him?
Big time.
I don't think it's gonna affect. It hurt his feelings because he looked up to Brett Favre as a young bull. So that I know that it hurt his feelings, but I don't think it's gonna affect him. I don't. And be honest with you, man, who gives a fuck what Brett Favre got to say?
Like I said, he got Wranglers on, bro. I don't want to hear shit from any man.
Tim, you got to factor though that was his favorite quarterback growing up. That was his dude. Regardless of the fact that we think all these things about Brett Favre, but like that was like I'm trying to think like that. If Donovan McNabb's a bad example, I guess.
Don't use that.
Don't do that.
If Randall Cunningham were to come out and outwardly say some stuff against Carson, the fan base would feel pretty weird, man.
Well, we all saw that Brian Westbrook did it, though, right?
Yeah.
Can we get the Lil Wayne lighter flick audio going? Light the fire, baby.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, listen, guys, we've learned a lot from 2020. If anything surprises you anymore in this year, man, and if it hurts your feelings, you just got to take it with, just move on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's pretty much been the theme for the whole year. Just take
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Taking a stride.
Well, fellas, look, it's 12:34. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off because I got some guests coming over there to the cave today.
Oh.
So I want to go ahead and make sure that I have everything prepped for them. But I'll tune in on the post game.
Very nice.
I mean, after that W, because we definitely getting that W later.
See you then, man.
So we'll see you at the Victory Podcast.
I'll see you at 500. I'll see you at 500.
Exactly. I'll see you at 500, bro.
Wow.
All right, fellas. Y'all be safe. Go Birds.
Take it easy.
Stay side, man.
All right, bro.
Mills is hyping today.
Yeah, I just want to say, who cares what Walker Sexton Ranger says? Brett Favre can kiss my ass. Because honestly, I'm sure it hurt Carson Wentz's feelings, just like the Jalen Hurts pick did. But he needs to just honestly put that all aside. We all get affected by certain things. It's how you react to those situations. So I think what he needs to do is take that and be like, oh, yeah, Brett Favre, kiss my ass. Come out today and start gunslinging, baby. So I think that's going to happen. So thanks, Brett Favre.
Yeah. If Brett Favre lit the light that we needed, man, then thank you. Yeah. Thank you to Brett.
Thank you. I was just about to say that. He probably lit a fire under Carson's butt. And on top of that, bro, everybody's been giving Carson this they've been throwing trash on his name for the past since the season started, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unfair because you see what he is working with. You know what I'm saying? The injuries, offensive line play has just been ferocious. And like, come on, man. Like, tell me what quarterback that is going to be working with that and what he is still doing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's been a couple bonehead plays here and there, but he's human. He's a quarterback. You know what I mean? You have to have amnesia when you're playing sports. You mess up, just forget about it. We got to go on to the next play. We got to win games.
He seems to have. He seems to have amnesia when the ball's in his hand. He's like, "Oh shit, I still got this thing, don't I?"
Right.
I'm gonna be real. Like, if I see Carson hit 3 consecutive checkdowns, I will be so. That's like, like, bro, like you are like doing exactly what we need you to do, like throwing the ball away.
He's not forcing it, man.
Not taking sacks. I'm cool with that. Like, live to play another down ball.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. I'm like,
don't go broke taking a profit. I've heard that.
Yeah, and I was saying on our podcast, I was just like, look, I'm totally fine with you tapping into your inner Alex Smith if you have to. Like, check down if you have to. That dude knows how to check down with the best of them. Like, he might not be able to throw downfield like the best of them, but he will check down if you need it.
Let me hit that timeout real quick. Alex Smith had 4 turnovers last week, so let's not.
I only said check down. I like.
Came back
the only thing I've only wanted to do about Alex Smith's game is to check down. Like, he knows when to throw the ball to a check down.
So, and it was against the Giants, so let's chill on Alex Smith for just today.
No, I'm saying,
I agree. He does need to check it down, though.
Like, Carson never looks at his check down like that. He's not like aware of the check down. Like, Alex Smith
really had a check down.
Where's my check down? Where's my check down guy? Because I'm not throwing it anywhere down the field. So I just need him to like tap into the like being alert to losing when he's gonna lose.
He's a gunslinger though, bro. He's a gunslinger. But he can, every throw that he makes, he's gonna make it. That's what goes in his mind. I'm going to make it. I'm Carson Wentz. This is what I've been doing since I got to Philadelphia, and y'all been loving me this much. So what's going on? Y'all call me Ginger Jesus. When's the day? Right. So what's the problem now? You know what I'm saying? And that's the way he thinks.
And that's what is just so puzzling to me, that Brett Favre even made these comments to begin with, because he's saying they should have stuck with Foles. And like, obviously you could bring up the conversation of what has Foles done this year. But the other thing is that like Carson is like kind of a carbon copy of the type of play style that Brett Favre played at. So like, I don't understand why Brett doesn't see himself in Carson and why he wouldn't. Exactly. That's what it feels like.
But but Herb, you got to think about it. Brett doesn't like anybody being compared to him. He's never like that. He was in the same room as Aaron Rodgers, and he didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? He treated Rodgers like a stepbrother. All right, yeah, you going to the back. This is me. Yep. Like, I remember when he played for, he said he retired and he came back with Minnesota or the Jets or something like that. He threw like 4 picks in one game.
Yep.
And he was still pounding his chest like he was one of the greatest. And I'm not saying that he's not one of the greatest. Yeah, he won 1 Super Bowl. But like, come on, man. Like, Carson's young. Let him flourish where he needs to flourish. Let the kid blossom. And that's the problem, man. I think old heads that get out of the league, they always got something stupid to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, this is
You're talking about a quarterback who had 161 fumbles in his career, and he wants to talk about Carson Wentz? Absolutely not.
Right.
We're talking about a guy who has the most turnovers in NFL history, but he wants to talk about Carson Wentz's turnover issues. Pot, meat, kettle.
Yeah. Bingo, man. Bingo.
Correct.
Oh, Jimmy Blanco out here flexing on the timeline.
I love it.
Did you guys secure your new systems?
Yes, sir.
Yo. Yes, sir.
Not yet.
I got that Nintendo 64 fresh out the box.
See, guess who's PlayStation 5 comes today? Oh, hey.
I may have a surprise.
Gail's going to be unavailable giveaway.
See, there's one thing I've learned in getting new consoles, because I got all the new Xboxes when they came out and the PlayStations. They always gave me issues within a month. So I told myself, I'm going to give it a couple months before I even get it.
Yeah.
And God and behold, I am on the Twitter channel.
It's called Protection Plan. That's what it's called. It's called Protection Plan.
Yeah,
I got to get that
plan. The protection plan had me. The whole protection plan had me with the 3 rings of fire all my life, bro. So I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'll wait.
Oh, that's Xbox.
Hey, does everybody in this room
you stay over there?
Does everyone PS4, Xbox?
Xbox.
PS5.
Because we're trying to. Me and Jimmy were talking about having like a 4th of John like battle. What did you say?
Hold on. Like Madden tournament?
We could do. I mean, we could do. We could do.
2K?
We could pick a game.
Your boy there.
We could put money on it. We could have some clans.
You go ahead and throw it up. Let's go.
We could have some clans. We could have a draft. We could draft players. That would be
online.
Intense now. I'm all about it.
Yeah. You know, we could do a draft.
Sounds fun. Gamer tag. Everybody got to put their gamer. But I hope everybody PlayStation now.
Oh, that's the crap. Son of a.
No, but you can you can play cross-platform now.
And what?
It's all about that, baby.
Call of Duty.
What Gail is really trying to say is that we better win and not let the Aussie win, because then he has to pay another big shipping.
Venmo it next year.
Yeah.
Gail's face, man.
I'm gonna wait till Jimmy wins another. Willie wins another contest, then we'll ship it together.
Yeah, just ship it.
I'll just wait till I come back to America, hopefully next year. So
hey,
there you go.
Again.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to roll out, guys. Sorry, I was doing good for the first hour. Now it just keeps kicking me off. But I got to roll. Got to get the meatballs and wings.
Yes.
I love you all. Let's get this victory, baby. Yeah. All right. You want me to say something?
Jimmy.
Giants, you suck. Today is the day that the Eagles come out and beat your ass. I know the games have been close. I know. Oh, it's a winning game. Is it going to be between Jake Elliott? I don't care about the kickers. I want to see some touchdowns. Miles Sanders running the ball. Established. We talk about the screens, all the going deep. Everybody. Don't care. Rager, Fulgham, Goddard. Get some today. Still rolling with the 20-plus score win. Let's go, Birds. Beat some giant ass. F you, Brett Favre. Carson Wentz, let that fire under your ass. The Birds!
That's my guy, Jimmy.
Love you all.
Love you, bud. Dude, Jimmy's like flipping the switch, man. Jimmy flips the switch, and then he just goes in,
does,
bro. Like, it's like, oh, you want me to say something?
Like
Boom! Explodes
Right.
to the computer.
It's like that mini, like Macho Man Randy Savage coming out of him.
Yeah.
Yo, someone said Brett Favre wanted to say hi, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Get him out of here. Put him in the bathroom.
You can put him more in the bathroom. Give him a swirly.
So, any last words before we get out of here?
Giants are going down, man. This is the march to 500. The Eagles, we're turning a page right now. This is the second half of the season. The Eagles division, like, it's ours to lose right now. The NFC East is ours to lose. I have all the confidence in the world the Eagles are going to pull off a good second half of the season. We're going to end up with the division easily. And this is the first game that we do. I think that this is the Carson Wentz. I'm praying, man. I'm praying this is the Carson Wentz perfect game, as perfect as we can get it. I want to see. I really today am more interested to see in the game plan. I really hope that we utilize the players how they're supposed to be utilized. I want to see that. Dougie P. I need good Dougie P today, please. But the Birds are going to win. We're going to be feeling good in post game. I'm looking forward to it.
Silko, last words.
So the climb to 10-5 starts today, fellas. Now is the time to go ahead and flip that switch. You got your healthy O-line for the most part. Obviously, Isaac's coming back. His 21-day window got open, so we'll be seeing a full, healthy offensive line. Miles Sanders coming back. We got the giant killer, Boston Scott. Obviously, Travis Fulgham, Jalen Reagor, Greg Ward, Alshon Jeffrey. Expecting Alshon Jeffrey touchdown today. If you haven't already, smash that over button on the prop bet for that game. But the big key today is going to be the defensive matchups. I think that Darius Slay shuts down Darius Slayton, and Crayvon LeBlanc is going to shut down the Giants slot wide receivers for today. Obviously, I think the defense gets 4 sacks, let's say 3 turnovers, and like I said earlier, 33-13 Birds.
Last words.
No. Listen, it's quite simple what the Eagles need to do today, right? Go upstate, take care of business, do what you got to do, come back. You play Cleveland, because the next following 3 weeks after that is going to be absolutely brutal. Seattle at home, at Green Bay, at home against New Orleans. So you definitely need at least to win this game today, win it next week in Cleveland, and then obviously then listen, we need the offense to get rolling, right? And the defense. It's quite clear. You pressure the quarterback. Your secondary is your strongest suit there, not the middle linebacker quarters or whatnot. So let's get some consistency on offense. Let's hope that Dougie P and Wentz and whoever else is in that quarterback's room They realize that, there's enough to tell now from these first couple of games, what works, what doesn't, and let's go out there and put some points on the board and win these games, man.
Yo. I'm going to tell you right now. I think it's because of this guy right here.
Booby
is going to give Carson Wentz the confidence, because we're going to have a little bit of a running game. We're going to be passive. We're going to be hitting that screen game as well. That's my man, 50 grand. We're going to be hitting the screen game, and we're going to be doing some trick plays. Defense is going to eat with Malik, and then the defensive tackles going to eat and also the ends. We're going to eat today. Like I said, 14-28, go Birds.
From down under. From down under.
I'll keep it short. We just got to win this because, as Manny said, we've got a real tough schedule coming up. So we must win this week, along with next week with the Browns, because those next three after I'm nervous about those ones. So this is a must win today. As I said, 34-17, I think I went. And Darius Slade, pick 6, please. This week. Yes.
Were you done, Willie? Or did I click off?
What am I done?
Were you done? Did I cut you off?
No, you didn't cut me off.
It's getting awkward in here.
I'm just saying, man. First of all, I just want to thank you guys in the chat, all across the different platforms, checking in, checking out, just giving us your takes for this Eagles game. First of all, I also want to check in, just have people check in on your people's mental health is important. Everyone's going through a pandemic. Check on your people's, make sure everyone's good. I feel like everyone's giving the good energy. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the vibes. I think we're going to take this Giants team down. I think the Eagles are getting back on track. They're going in the right direction at this point in time. I think it's the get right game. We're on the path to on the road to victory. Shout out to Jimmy. I think we're going to stack these dubs. I talked about at one point we had one win, 3 losses. We're have an opportunity to be 4-4-1. It's a different conversation. We're getting right at the right time, getting players back at the right time, and now it's just about putting it on the field and catching another dub.
Go Birds!
Me and the guys from Fort John, a Fly Eagles fly, and we will see you guys in the next one. Go Birds!
Go.